The NBA season is getting closer, and with training camps right around the corner, fans are already locking in on storylines, projections, and rankings. But if you're a Celtics fan, there's one topic this week that's almost impossible to ignore, and that's the latest top 100 player list dropped by the Locked On Network. Now, I'm not here to go over all 100 names. We're not doing that. But what we're going to do is talk about the top 10 because that's where things get interesting. Some of these picks are legit. Others? Man, it feels like somebody just closed their eyes, threw some darts at a board, and hoped for the best. So let's dive in. At number 1, they've got Nikola Jokic. No problem there. None. This guy's been the best player in basketball for the past few seasons. He's a two-time MVP, NBA champion, and the engine behind everything Denver does. Even in Eurobasket, despite Serbia's early exit, Jokic continues to look like he's on another level. The dude is unstoppable. So yeah, number 1 is locked. But then we hit number 2, and things start to stir a bit. They've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now look, Shai was incredible last season. MVP caliber year, carried OKC, elite on both ends, no doubt. But number 2 in the entire league? That's bold. That's spicy. Like, we're really putting him above Giannis? Above Luka? I don't hate it. I get the reasoning, but I also think it's a bit reactionary. Still, if you want to reward a guy coming off a dominant season and a deep playoff run, fine. Just don't act like this is a consensus pick because it's not. Number 3, they've got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Honestly, that might be low. The guy's a freak of nature. Two-time MVP, NBA champ, dominant on both ends of the floor. He's still in his prime, still a force. And if we're talking about who gives you the best chance to win this season, Giannis should probably be number 2. He's even been cooking in Eurobasket again, so no signs of slowing down. Then comes number 4, and it's Luka Doncic. Again, no major complaints. Luka is one of the most gifted offensive players we've ever seen. The way he controls the game, the pace, the vision, the shot-making, he's unreal. Add to that the fact that he's shown up this offseason looking slim, locked in, and hungry? Yeah, I'm fine with Luka at 4. Maybe even higher depending on your taste. But he belongs in that top 5 conversation every time. Then we hit number 5. This is where the list takes a turn. They put Steph Curry here. Now, let me be clear. I love Steph Curry. The dude revolutionized the game. Still one of the most entertaining players alive. But 5? Right now? In 2025? That's pushing it. He's 37 years old. Sure, when he's on the court, he's still lighting teams up. Averaged over 24 points last season. Still efficient. Still scary. But it's about more than just legacy. It's about right now. And the problem is, he's just not giving you 70-plus games anymore. Golden State looked completely lost when he wasn't on the floor. And yes, that speaks to how valuable he is, but it also tells you how thin the margin is at this point. So while I respect the love, it feels like we're giving him a bit of the Leo DiCaprio and the Revenant treatment here. Like, hey, you've done enough, here's your flowers. And again, no hate, but top 5 might be generous. Number 6, they've got Anthony Edwards. And this one is really where the eyebrows go up. Look, Ant is electric. The dude's a star. But number 6 in the entire NBA? Ahead of a guy like Jason Tatum? I mean, really? He averaged 27 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. Sure, those are great numbers. He's young, he's improving, he's fun as hell to watch. But are we projecting too hard here? Are we just assuming the leap is going to keep happening at an all-NBA pace? Because right now, he's not a top 6 player. He might be by the end of the year. But that's a maybe, not a lock. This feels like wishful thinking more than honest ranking. Number 7 is Victor Wembanyama. And honestly, I'm not that mad at this one. It's aggressive, yes. But have you seen this guy play? He's an alien. Already averaging 24 and 11 as a rookie, over 3 blocks per game, and shooting the 3 at a respectable clip. And the kicker? He's been working out with Hakeem Olajuwon, spending time with monks in the offseason. Like, who does that? Wemby is built different. There are injury concerns, sure, and we don't fully know what kind of workload he can sustain over 82 games. But if we're talking about impact and ceiling, you could argue he belongs even higher than this. Still, we're 7 names in, and, spoiler alert, no Jason Tatum yet. Number 8 is where the whole thing breaks down. Jalen Brunson. Yes, you heard that right. Jalen Brunson at number 8. And look, I'm not here to disrespect Brunson. He's been phenomenal. Took the Knicks to a new level. Was clutch all season long. But the 8th best player in the league? Ahead of Jason Tatum? That's insanity. Brunson averaged 26 points and 7 assists. Fine, but he's a one-way player. He's not giving you anything close to the kind of defensive impact that Tatum brings. He's not carrying a team to the finals. He's not dominating both ends of the floor. And again, this isn't a Brunson hate fest. The guy's been awesome, but we've seen this before, where a player has one breakout year, and suddenly people lose their minds. This is recency bias at its peak. At number 9, they've got Donovan Mitchell. And again, great scorer, no doubt. But once more, we're talking about another player who's elite offensively and a liability on defense. Mitchell is a volume scorer who can get you 40 or even 50 in a big game. But what else is he doing? His teams don't win meaningful games. He's had big playoff performances, sure, but most of them end in losses. So when I see him ranked 9th in the league, it just doesn't make sense. Not over a complete player like Tatum. Which brings us, finally, to number 10. That's where they put Jason Tatum. 10th. After all those names I just listed. Let me ask you something. How is it that a guy who averaged 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists while playing elite defense, leading a team to the finals, and consistently guarding the best wing on the other side? How is that guy ranked 10th? Jason Tatum is a two-way superstar in the prime of his career. He plays over 70 games a season, carries the scoring load, rebounds like a forward, facilitates like a guard, and locks up on defense. There's no world, no reality, where Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell should be ranked ahead of him. None. That's not analysis, that's disrespect. Even when you take age into account, it still doesn't add up. Tatum is younger than both Mitchell and Brunson. He's just turned 27. He's got experience, durability, and consistency. He's done all. Deep playoff runs. All NBA. He's been in MVP conversations. So what are we doing here? You want to put Jokic, Giannis, Luka, maybe even Shai ahead of him? Fine. I'll have that debate. You want to talk ceiling with Wemby or Ant? That's more subjective, but I get it. But to rank Tatum 10th and act like Brunson and Mitchell are in the same universe, that's where I have to check out. That's where I start wondering if they just forgot Tatum exists until the end and said, oh yeah, throw him at 10. The truth is, Tatum should be in the top 5. Every list. Every time. And if we're being honest, he might be number 3 behind Jokic and Giannis. That's how good he is. That's how consistent he's been. And yet, here we are again, watching him get slided while players with flashier highlight reels, but less overall impact leapfrog him. It's ridiculous. And no, this isn't just Celtics bias. This is about basketball. About what happens on both ends of the court. About carrying a team through the grind of the regular season and then stepping up in the playoffs. Tatum does all of that. He's proven it time and time again. The numbers back it up. The eye test backs it up. The results back it up. And look, if this list had just been a little off, like maybe Tatum was 6th or 7th. Okay, you shake your head, maybe roll your eyes a bit, but you move on. But when a guy like Jalen Brunson is sitting at number 8 and Tatum is somehow 2 spots lower, that's when you realize this isn't just about opinion anymore. It's about narrative. It's about what people think they saw instead of what actually happened on the floor. And I get it. Brunson had a great year. The Knicks won a few games, and Madison Square Garden was rocking for the first time in years. That's a big deal in the media world. It's loud. It's dramatic. But that doesn't mean Brunson suddenly becomes the 8th best player in the NBA. Because if that's true, what does that make Tatum, who's been outperforming him in nearly every category for years? This whole thing just adds fuel to the fire that Boston always has to fight through. It's like Tatum has to do twice as much just to get half the credit. He leads the Celtics to the best record in the league, puts up ridiculous all-around numbers, plays both ends, and is the guy everyone game plans against. And yet he's somehow less valuable than a guy who's had one breakout season in New York? Make that make sense. Because it doesn't. And here's what really gets me. When you talk about playoff performance, which is supposed to matter when we evaluate greatness, Tatum's resume is absolutely loaded. He's had multiple series where he's gone toe-to-toe with the league's elite and come out on top. He's had 40, 50-point games on the biggest stage. He's the kind of player who can dominate offensively and then switch onto your best wing and lock him down. But for some reason, when Tatum drops a bad quarter or misses a couple shots, the narrative flips completely. Meanwhile, guys like Mitchell can drop 50 in a loss and still get praised like they just carried a team to the finals. It's not the same energy. It's not the same standard. Let's also talk defense for a second, because it's probably the most underappreciated part of Tatum's game. This guy guards every position. He takes the toughest assignment night after night. You need someone to slow down Giannis? Tatum's stepping up. Need help on SGA? He's right there. He's not hiding on defense like a lot of other stars do, and I don't even need to name names. You know who they are. But somehow, Tatum's elite two-way play gets overlooked in favor of flashier offensive players who don't even try on the other end. And before anyone jumps in with the, but he's inconsistent argument, let's take a second to actually look at the numbers. Last season, Jason Tatum played 72 games, averaged nearly 27 points, almost 9 rebounds, over 6 assists, while shooting 45% from the field. Those are superstar numbers. Those are MVP-level numbers. And he did it while carrying a team with real title expectations, with the pressure turned all the way up. So if we're going to call someone inconsistent, let's be real about who actually disappears in big moments, because Tatum, for all his flaws, is always in the fight. Now, on the flip side, I can at least understand the Anthony Edwards and Wemby hype. I don't agree with it. Not yet. But at least there's a clear projection there. You see the age, the upside, the physical tools, and the flashes of dominance. And you think, yeah, this could be something special. That's fine. But again, they're not there yet. They might be. But to put them ahead of someone who's already done it consistently at the highest level just doesn't feel right. It's like we're so obsessed with what's new and shiny that we forget how hard it is to be great every single year. That's what this list really feels like. Chasing the moment instead of recognizing sustained greatness. Celebrating hot streaks instead of evaluating the full picture. And when that happens, guys like Tatum get knocked down not because of what they didn't do, but because someone else had a nice month. That's not how it should work. That's not how we measure greatness. You don't lose your spot because somebody got hot in March. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The basketball world is buzzing with whispers that are now impossible to ignore. Bronny James, son of NBA legend LeBron James, is reportedly heading to the Boston Celtics. While the deal is being framed as a strategic two-way project, insiders hint that the real story is far bigger, a calculated effort to mold a global superstar while giving Boston a tantalizing edge in the coming seasons. Sources close to the situation describe the Celtics' plan as unorthodox yet ambitious. The two-way framework suggests Bronny will split time between the main roster and development leagues, a setup designed to accelerate his growth without the immediate pressure of being a franchise savior. Yet, the aura surrounding him is unmistakable. Scouts and analysts alike note that even limited appearances are enough to draw international attention. Social media buzz has already skyrocketed, with fans speculating about the potential impact of pairing Bronny's skill set with Boston's storied system. Behind the scenes, league insiders are pointing out that this move isn't just about talent. It's a marketing masterstroke. Bronny, inheriting the LeBron James legacy, comes with a built-in fan base that spans continents. The Celtics, known for balancing tradition with innovation, may have just scored a double win. A promising young player and a global phenomenon who can elevate the team's brand to levels rarely seen in the league. Rumors suggest that management is carefully managing his minutes and public appearances, cultivating an aura of exclusivity that only intensifies the hype. Critics are divided. Some argue that the two-way approach could stall his development, while others insist it's a genius plan that protects Bronny from the harsh spotlight while giving Boston flexibility. One thing is certain. Every Celtics game he touches, every highlight reel dunk, or clutch assist will be dissected worldwide. The notion of Bronny James in green and white is already fueling speculation about future playoff runs, merchandise sales, and even cross-continental partnerships. As the rumor mill churns, fans are left dreaming. Could this be the next step in basketball history? Or is it merely a carefully orchestrated experiment, blending talent, legacy, and global marketing in a way only the modern NBA could conceive? Either way, the Celtics may have just sparked one of the most electrifying storylines of the season, and the world will be watching closely. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.